Hello and welcome, I'm Tino, and today we have a new game from Paradox and others. It's an X4 fantasy game. For me, the best X4 fantasy game in 2023. So let's go for it. Before even started, let me show you this button up here that it says My Pantheon. After you start winning games, you will see more items that will be unlocked for you, and you will be able to use them in your games. Your first decision is to choose a realm. The realm is the world you are going to be playing, and you have several customization options, are infinite and very interesting. Take a look here, or you can choose a pre-made world. On pre-made world you have two main different types. The story worlds, that you have a main storyline that you are going to be getting events, and you can choose to side with one side or another. Several options, and you will be at war with some factions, a friend with others. Everything could happen in storylines, and you have incredible and unique rewards. Or you can use the pre-made worlds that do not have storylines, that you will have quests but not a main quest. There is one quest after another. So it's up to you, both are great. You pick the level. And now your most important decision, you need to pick a faction. I noticed that some factions are grayed out. Not sure if it is because they are not allowed in the world or because I haven't unlocked them. But also you can customize your own faction, and that is what we are going to be doing right now. You have immense amount of options, and that is great for replayability. When you create a faction, your first decision is choose the type of your body, and all the bodies have some traits, a body trait and a mental trait, but you can change them now. So for example, use this type of body or this type of body, and you go down here, you click this button, and you have several options to pick from. And we are going to be picking King-Sighted, that gives us more accuracy on range attacks, both physical and magical. And we are also going to choose defensive tactic. As you can see, it's like Crusader Kings. You mouse over and then you move the mouse, and you can mouse over the other items that you don't understand, and the tooltips are great. So this defensive option is good because when you are next to another ally or from your own race, you get a boost in defense and resistance. So we are going to go into for King-Sighted and defensive tactics. The next decision is very important. You are going to be picking your culture. The culture will define your initial roster of units. You can see them down here, but also will define your alignment and affinity. Alignment is if you are good or evil, is a number that goes from -100 to +100, and the affinity, there are several affinities: chaos, nature. We are going to see more on that later, but you can mouse over, and if you pick this culture, you will start with 1 point in these affinities. All affinities are good, and you want to have as much points in affinities, and you are going to be getting more points of these affinities later that will allow you to unlock very powerful abilities. Also, as you can see, each culture has its own characteristics, so make sure to mouse over and check all the details. I'm not going to spend much time here, so let's continue. Next, you're going to be able to pick 2 more characteristics to your race. They are all great, so make sure to read them all, and they will also change your alignment to good or evil, and will give you an extra affinity points. So make sure to try to synergize what you have already picked. So for example, in the last decision we took High, and High are the good guys, so I try to also pick these decisions that synergize with the High culture. All the society traits, they have a lore that tells you a story, and down here you will find the effects. Super interesting to read them all, but you are going to be taking a lot of time. So we are going to pick 2 randoms now and keep going. We are going to be picking Gifted Casters that give us plus affinity with the astral, so the magic wall, and we have more points for casting magic in battle and in map mode. And we are also going to pick expert hunters to have more ability with the bow, ranged attacks in general, and also they have a nature affinity that is very good. So we are kind of an elven race right now. We are high elves. We should change the custom, the look of our people, but it's okay. And now we must pick our first tome of magic. You are going to be picking several tomes of magic as you research more, you get more research points. You are going to be able to keep picking tomes. You need 2 tomes of level 1 to be able to pick a level 2 tome, and after you get 2 tomes of level 2 you're going to be able to be picking a level 3 tomes. So you have a kind of an infinite number of tomes, but take note of this. When you pick the node, you are going to be getting this initial bonus, and as you can see they give you more magic, but they also give you an affinity. Let's move the mouse out. You can see the affinity and you can get 2 points of astral affinity if you choose this tome, and these are also the benefits. The tomes not also give you spells, they give you units. They give you units for the roster or unit that you can cast using magic, or maybe they give you magical modifications that you can do to your race. So they are super important and kind of a very important decision. But I also like a lot from the tomes that you can change your affinity, so you can have points in all affinities, and that means you are going to be able to research all the trees. We are going to see that later, but let's say that we are going to choose this tome. And finally you pick the ruler's origin. You can choose a wizard or a hero. The hero should be from your own culture, and if you choose a wizard, could be from any culture. Not sure why I don't have the option of picking a wizard. Maybe it's because I already have a very powerful option in my configuration. Not sure what happened. Now I only see this option, so we are going to pick our only available option. Reveal yourself. And when you customize your leader, you have only one important decision here, is to choose if you are going to use him as a tank, sword and shield. You can use a bow, range attacks. You can use a lance or a two-handed sword, depending on your option. They have less defense but more attack, and you can make a staff to use him as support, or you can equip him with an orb for ranged magical attacks. So I'm not sure, maybe we pick the orb. And now the game has started. Here it's a summary of all our decisions in the configuration. Let's say it's okay, and we start the game. I have picked a storyline world, so we already start with an event, and you have the story here, and you can mouse over and see all the details. But in this situation we have only one option, and you can see the results here. It's like Crusader Kings and all Paradox game, and you see what will happen. We accept the mission, and that means that we are going to be our quest modified. We have a new quest, and we click there. We already accept the quest. You can check your quest up here using the button of the quest. You click their quest and you will see all your quests, your victory quest, but the new quest added are down here, and you can locate them using these buttons and you can see where you received the quest and where you should go. So in the middle we see one city. It's our city. You can click the city there, and up here you see the number of cities. We have 1 of 3. After having more than 3 cities you are going to receive penalties, but you can modify this number slightly. But this is a storyline world, and it's not very big. It's kind of small, so 3 cities is more than enough, and you can have vassal cities, so it's kind of, you're not going to have many cities in this. You are going to have super big cities that we are going to expand right now. So if you click your city, you will see these options, this menu here, and we are going to check all the information from the city. This is the surplus of food. Food makes your population grow. This is the production. With production you build things. This is the draft indicator. With the draft you build armies, coin, gold, money. With money you maintain armies and you order build of things. Actually all the commodities can be used for kind of everything in certain ways, depending what you are building, what type of unit. So, but this is the general idea, and this is the mana production of the city, and this is the reserve production of the city, and this is the Imperium. Imperium is a very powerful commodity that we are going to be talking later. Next you have this button here that is kind of main configuration for the city, and if you check the options you can the option to give the Whisper Stone. The Whisper Stone is a magical item. You can take decisions that affect the city here, and as you can see up here next to the number of cities you see the Whisper Stones. Now we mouse over and we have not anymore one. Well, we have Whisper Stone, but we are already using the Whisper Stone to improve the stability of the city. You can get more Whisper Stones with technologies or events, but we are using this stone in the city, and we have another, we can use that another stone to, for example, improve the relation with another city. Also in the city you have this number that is the defenses of the city. You have this phase that is the stability. The stability has improved because we have gave them the Whisper Stone, and you can see the effects of the stability. They have a big effect on the city. The stability goes from plus 100 to minus 100, and they have different effects. Of course, more stability is much better. And now we are going to be picking the granary that also increase our food production. And as you can see, we cannot hurry the granary anymore, so we must wait one turn. As you can see, some of these values only contribute to the production of the city, but for example the gold contribute to the nation, to the whole faction. So we are going to be checking the other modifiers. The national modifiers are, for example, this one, knowledge, that is going to be able to give us access to unlock more thrones, so more technologies. We are going to see that in the future. This is Imperium, very powerful. We are going to use that very soon. The Whispering Stones, the cities, and on this side we have the mana, the local mana, the mana production down here, and the gold. And the magical points for using at map level, but don't worry too much about that. Now your best friend is this icon here. It will tell you what you should do, so you can click there. It says that one unit requires order, and that is our unit. You can use the keyboard to swap from one unit to another, and those are our unit. This is our scout, and this is our main army with the hero. You can see their hero here, and you can see the stats of your units in the roster. And we are going to be moving the scout, and in the map you can mouse over to see the effects. You can find, for example, like in Might and Magic, stashes of things, and we are going to just explore. And as you can see, the map is opening, and an event has fired. So now you have to take a decision. You have two options, and you can mouse over and see the effects. And we have find another faction. These are kind of free cities. They are not dependent to anyone unless they are vassalized. In this case they are independent, and we can start friendly relationships with them, and we are going to do just that. Because our alignment is good, so they are going to be maybe in the future a vassal, and we should try to give them the Whisper Stone to improve relations instead of using that stone in our city. So for doing that we are going to be clicking our city. If you press home you go to your hero, not to your city. We click there, and in the button there, we are going to withdraw the Whispering Stone, and now we are going to go to the city of our new friends, and down here you can see the option Give Whispering Stone, and you will see the effects on the right. That will improve our relations with them by time, and hopefully in the future they will be our vassals and we can choose to integrate them. And now we have to move our main army. And as you can see here down we have the mana stash that we can pick by just moving the army, but we also have some bandits up in the north and we are going to be clearing those bandits. Usually they protect some resources, but it will give us the opportunity to show you a battle. Down here you will see the potential. They have 130 and we are much more powerful, 420. So you have some options here. This is different than other games. You can customize this, but if you do nothing, the options that you have is to withdraw, to do the manual combat, or to do the auto. If you do the auto, it will not simulate, it will do a real combat in the map, so this is not just a fake result. And as you can see, the result is quite good. We have no losses. They lost just some health, but they will recover. But if you do not like the result, you have the options to manual command the situation. Let's say that you want to do a manual combat and you click there and you can get a better result. Completely unnecessary for this situation. We are going to see combat later, but you have an option up here that is auto combat. You can click there, you can speed up, and you probably are going to be obtaining the same result. You can stop the auto combat and do yourself the moves. This is the classical tactical combat that you have seen many times. But I don't want to spend too much time here, so soon this is going to be finishing. According to a race, we are good at range attacks and we put the units together so they maximize the defense, and we got almost the same result, so we accept the result and our units gain more experience and we gain more gold. The experience is quite important depending to the units. They have different effects on experience. If you mouse over the unit, you will see this line here, the experience they are actually recruit, and this varies a lot depending to the unit that you are using. For example, if you have a monster, the monster can evolve and transform into another things. Soldiers gets different effects, and you can mouse over and you can see. So it's very important to try to keep alive your units. So when your unit is damaged, move the units to the rear and try to use another one or use a healer. Now I ended the turn and I got an event from the storyline. Some are from the quest, and you have to pick an option. Here you will see all the results, so we go with the first one. And also, while picking what to do next, we got this event. It's not an event. Now you must choose what to do with your technology. You start to gather technology points. You already choose a tome. So these are the options that you have seen previously in the tome. And you must pick one of these kind of technologies to investigate. You can reshuffle using extra points of research or mana, not sure. And you can also fix one of the technologies. If you find that you have two technologies that you are super interesting, you can fix one and pick to investigate one, and the next reshuffle you are going to be getting the same technology that you already enjoy. So you must investigate, you see what you find useful and pick one, and let's see. In this situation, the options are completely different. This one, it will add a unit for the roster, so you can recruit this on the city. This is a unit that can be casted, so you can use magic to cast this unit on the mast. And this is an enchantment that gives more power to certain type of unit that meet the requirements. In this case, all related with the high elves, with the high culture. And For maintaining some enchantments, you are going to be spending mana. And let me show you another button that is here, that, well, we have no enchantments active, but you will see here, you will start to see all the enchantments that are active, and they consume some mana per time. So you want to increase your mana production, then you can mouse over your mana, and you will see there that you are spending certain amount of mana to kind of upkeep of the enchantments. Also, if you have units, you can mouse over the gold and you will see the upkeep of the sword. So you can use kind of the mana to maintain the enchantments. And you can go back to the screen that we are going to just see, and we are going to choose the enchantment, and that's it. We are researching the enchantment. We have units to move that are there, and we can see where to move them. We can move them in this direction. We're going to see what is there, and that's it. And we have another alert. We are going to click, we can move the scout, and we're going to be keeping scouting, and that's it. And we have this message, let's read it. Well, it's a message of trespassing, so we are going to cancel, or we are going to start having problems, and we move the scout in some other direction. And let's see what's next. Enter, and we're going to be pressing there. Our units, if they are on friendly territory, they recover hit points. If they are outside, it will depend on many factors. Let's go to our units. Let's go there. There is a troll protecting some resources, and let's do auto combat and see how it goes. And you can see we keep all the units, so the result is okay, and we accept. Now we have a new alert that I forgot about the city. We can construct or do new buildings. We have almost the granary is only one turn, so we can hurry it and build another thing, but we don't have gold. Now let's go back to the city and learn a little bit about it. You can see this number 3, we have 3 population. That means we can expand the city, and if you click you will notice these icons here. This means that you can expand in this direction, and you can mouse over to see the effects. But some provinces have already one benefit. We can mouse outside, and for example some provinces have pastures that give us an extra benefits, so you should try to expand in those directions first. You will get the benefits from the pasture despite what you build here. If you build this, you are also going to be getting the benefits from the pasture, so don't worry, both ways you are going to get. But depending on the terrain, you are going to be able to build certain buildings, and in this situation the granary will produce this building, the farm will produce more food, and the quarry will produce more production. So we are going to be going here for the farm. And we got another event. You must read the decision, and in this situation we are going to go for the first one. And let's click the city again. We have another pop to expand. We are going to expand to the south, and in this scenario, in this situation, we have more options. And I want another farm. You're going to see soon, very soon, why. Or maybe this one for the forest, the forestry. We are going to get the forestry, and we are going to click the city now again, and you can see here that you can spend Imperium to get another pop, and we are going to do that to spend our Imperium that I told you that was very important. As you can see, we already attracted 3 new population using our Imperium, so we can expand very fast. We are going to get another mill there, a farm, sorry. We click the city, and we want to get maybe a farm or a quarry there, I'm not sure. Let's say that we are going to get a quarry there, and this is how it works. So our production is much higher, and let's click what to build next. And you can see this small icon here is very important, means that it's boosted. What is boosted? All the buildings have some pre-requirements that boost the building. You can see them down there, boosted. So this building can be boosted if you have one forester. So we expanded our city, we got the forester, and now we can build this building much faster. So that's the idea how it works. And this is boosted, this one is boosted, this one is boosted, but I want to boost this one, and I'm going to see the preconditions. And you need 2 foresters, so I should have expanded to get another forester. Would have been a more intelligent decision. We have all the requirements for our main units, but we are going to move them to the city so they recover, or to our territory. They will start gaining health. You can see the health of the unit down there. And when I click the next option to do, this window open, and this is the affinity tree. This is the affinity that all nations, all factions have, but these are the special affinity. In this line you have the affinity for the land. In this line you have the affinity for the kind of gold. This is the mana tree, and as you can see, when I pick my race, you were having certain affinities. Up here you see all the affinities. We have 3 affinities in the path of kind of mana, 2 in the path of gold, and 1 in the path of land. But as you get more tomes, you will get more affinity points, and that will allow you to unlock more technologies, special technologies. For unlocking these things, you also need to spend Imperium. So for example, when we reach enough on this path, you are going to be able to click and to unblock. But so far we can't unblock that much, so we are going to be waiting a little bit for showing this how to work. But the bonuses are impressive. You can mouse over and see the bonuses that you are going to be getting. So now we got enough affinity points. You can see how many affinity points you are storing by mouse over there, and where you are going to unlock. And we unlocked 2 options, and we can use this one. We are going to be spending Imperium, or we can unlock this one. We are also going to be spending Imperium, and we mouse over.
Casting reserves.
And casting reserves. Casting reserves are using in combat, and is very good. We want to have more mana for combat. I didn't show you how to use, but you can guess this is good, so we unlock that one for now. And I think that for getting started this is enough. Later I'm going to upload the gameplay. It's going to be more obvious why you pick some decisions or other, but if you want to explore, I think that you have already more than enough. And hope you enjoyed. Good luck. Have a nice day. Bye bye.